jokes that you have for your age group and whatnot, and then how you guys view the world, and the type of pop culture that influences you, whatnot, movies and whatnot, all that stuff. You should be able to laugh and joke.
Right. I mean, like you said, like I've been to a few schools, talked to kids about chasing their dreams and everything like that. Like, I know when to play and I know when to be serious.
Right.
At the end of the day, like, if another fighter, like a fighter ended up looking at my Facebook page and like seeing the goofiness and at the same time thinking that I'm not in the gym or whatever the case might be, and we end up fighting and they think that I'm going to be a slack or a slouch or whatever the case might be, they got another thing coming, because at the same time I'm still, like, I'm goofy in the gym. Like, after we get the work done and everything like that, like, I play in the gym sometimes, you feel me? So it ain't like I'm just strictly all about playing and everything like that. Like, I get my work done, like, most definitely, that's first and foremost. So I don't know, man.
Let's finish out this Pacquiao and Bradley, because I'm looking at it because we mentioned Errol Spence Jr. I mean, he's got the bout coming up against right.
That boy nice.
We have him coming up against Chris Algieri, and I like Algieri, but I think he's that C or B level guy that he keeps getting these nice checks, these nice fights, and being on these nice cards. But Pacquiao looked really well against Algieri. I thought he was like bowling with Algieri, all the knockdowns and the way that Algieri was rolling around on the mat and whatnot. I don't really know what Pacquiao has left in the tank at this point, but I know Bradley, besides that last stoppage he won, he's really not about knocking cats out. So does Teddy Atlas have any impact on this and allow Bradley to win this fight?
I can't really, like, I have no idea. I mean, like, me personally, is basically if the real Bradley show up, it's gonna be an issue for Pacquiao. If Pacquiao show up with no worries on his mind as far as with the outside world bothering him, it's gonna be an issue for Bradley. Like, I don't think it's gonna be like a close fight. It just based on whichever one shows up to actually win a fight that night.
With it.
Yeah, like, I don't think it's gonna be nothing too close or too hard to score or anything like that. So I have no idea, for real.
I think Pacquiao has a lot to prove.
Most definitely.
You never want to go out on a bad note. And he didn't pick, a fighter similar to Fight 49 for Mayweather. He actually took a guy that's going to make him work a little bit. And, he just doesn't want to finish up on, like I said, just don't want to finish up on a down note after being so beloved for the last 12 years. So I think we'll know very early. Early in the fight, is Bradley going to bring it to him and make it a rough night for Pacquiao, or does Pacquiao have something to keep Bradley off of him and, neutralize the physical game that Desert Storm tends to bring to his matches? So I'm with you, man. I don't have a clue how that one plays out. How that one plays out. I don't know if I'm gonna check it out that night or just wait and read about it, maybe catch some footage online or something. I don't even know who else is on that card, to be honest with you.
Right, I'll say I know I'm waiting. I ain't paying for that.
Usually I go to one of the restaurants around the show boxing, and if I don't know if that'll be $5 or $10 at the door. I had to see what's going on Saturday, but let's move on, man, because last night we hit up, got back in to mentioning that the card that you're involved with was moved, and I've been following you. I keep up with you on Facebook and whatnot. And I've seen like 3 different dates, and I'm just like, man, I just want to know when, where, who. The fight has now been, or this is the first Pearson Productions,
right? Pearson Promotions.
Pearson Promotions is former heavyweight champ Buster Douglas. He's still involved with it, or has he moved on?
He's pretty much still involved with everything.
Okay.
We had a few date changes due to, like, I guess, like paperwork or whatever the case might be within the office area as far as Pearson promotion.
Has that affected you? Because I know you had some other fights out there. You had that other fight you were trying to get in, and you said
like we had a fight on the 26th of March, but it ended up coming to find out that in Ohio the commission won't approve you to fight within 4 weeks apart, like 4 weeks away from each other. So with me fighting out there and then turning around fighting down here in Dayton, which was dated at first at April 16th, it was only 3 weeks apart. So we weren't able to take that fight. And then when we got to April, like the fight that was scheduled here got pushed back to May 28th.
Okay.
So now I wish that we would have known that ahead of time, so we could have took the fight out there in Indianapolis. So I mean, it ain't do nothing for real, but just made training camp longer for real.
How far are you out from your last being in the ring last?
A few months, man. A good, probably around like 4 to 5 months.
Okay. So like Jeff just alluded to, May 28th is going down, Dayton Convention Center. I know I asked last night, I know it was 8 fights when it was scheduled to be at Kettering's Trent Arena. Is it still kind of being targeted, 8 fights?
Yeah, it'll still be about 8 to 9 fights. We added, I know I ain't gonna say we added, but they added Daquan Mays from Trotwood on the card. He'll be making his pro debut. So
what weight class is that?
I think Daquan fight at like 135, 140. So,
okay.
And he had an outstanding amateur background and career too, so that's gonna be a sight to see. I was actually supposed to have fought this weekend because we was looking for another fight to kill the gap.
Right.
Until the Dayton fight, we ended up getting contacted by a promoter down there in Pennsylvania. We ended up basically telling him we'll take a fight and whatever with this dude Eric Palmer, but I guess they told them about the matchup, and Eric Palmer and his team basically wanted a different opponent, like they didn't want to fight me and whatever the case might be. So now I guess we just gonna chill out until the fight down here in Dayton.
When you have so how has this affected your camp? How many weeks are we looking at now, or leading up to May 28th? How many weeks will you have been in camp?
Too long. We've been in training camp probably like going on for like 2-3 months now. I mean, wow. It's like I can't really complain about the training camp because it's been going great. I'm at my weight early, which is like fantastic to me because I've never been down this early coming up for a fight. So
this gonna be contested at 147?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is like pretty cool. We got a nice training staff and everything. I'm feeling pretty strong with my nutritionist, Dre Newton, and everything working. So everything feeling pretty good as far as like body wise. I'm getting sharper. Like, so right now, that's the only thing that we can work on is skill to make sure that we actually show up and put on a good show and give the fans and supporters what they want.
Now, you don't have an opponent named at this point in time.
No,
when do you, like, I need a drop dead date of an opponent being named, because you have to, I would imagine that you have to tailor your game plan to who you're going to be facing.
Right. As far as the opponent situation, we contacted the last person I fought. They said he beat me and everything out there in Indianapolis, but I guess they turned down the rematch or whatever the case might be. Like, he know the truth, I know the truth.
He stole one.
Yeah, he got one off. So Andrew Rogers, just know we gonna bump his again sooner or later if you stay in the game. But a date, I honestly won't be able to put a date on an opponent being named yet because the promotional team, they got their own matchmakers and everything. So, like, they take care of everything like that. They find the opponent and everything and basically just send me the name. Send me the name, and we go from there. We sign contracts, and basically that's that.
it just seems like after 2 to 3 months, it'd be hard to maintain the motivation. You know,
I mean, it is hard to actually stay focused with the date being changed so much, because then as they get closer to the date, you'll be wondering, like, so is this date going to change? Like, is it going to push back another month or whatever the case might be? So I'm hoping that this date stays where it's at. We get this fight out the way, and then we turn around and fight again. Probably like a next month and a half or whatever the case might be.
Have you had your opportunity? I know from the first visit, it didn't seem like you had a chance. I know some of those fights were made in the locker room. You know, fighters pulled out, 2 fighters and, you know, your opponent that night and another fighter's opponent pulled out, and then you guys fought.
Right.
Is the ideal situation for you going into a fight where you get a chance to look at some tape or to do some type of develop some type of scouting report and, you know, build a game plan tailored to a specific fighter?
I mean, for real, like, one thing that one of my coaches always said, like, just because a person fought this way, a certain way when they fought one fighter, don't mean they'll show up that way to fight me.
Right.
That's just like in the amateurs. Like, I always fought people like different based on how they start off. So we're not, like, I can't too much worry about scouting. As long as my skills is there and I feel confident in what I'm capable of, then it's like forget a scouting report. Like, let's just tighten up on what we got to do and just stay sharp.
This is the Pay Me No Mind show with your host Wood. I'm in the building, Prime Performance Boxing with my man Jeff the Nightmare Camp, Dayton, Ohio, welterweight. Just talking through what's coming up for May 28th at the Dayton Convention Center. That's the new date for anybody interested in that Buster Douglas Milton Promotions card is coming to the city. You also mentioned that the target is for there to be a second event in the city in 2016, correct?
Right. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, the Pearson Promotions team is talking about throwing like 2 to 3 fights this year. I know at first it was supposed to be like 3 to 4 fights, but due to stuff being pushed back and everything, I know it knocked probably a fight or 2 off the court, like off their schedule because of the months and the time period. So they saying they was gonna throw another one though before the end of the year is over with and out. So.
Hey, keep it in mind, man. I'm a purchase my ticket from you. I haven't responded to all of some of the posts on Facebook about tickets and whatnot, because I'm just like, I'm gonna be there. But can fans or boxing fans in the area, can they get at you individually, or any of you, the fighters on the card individually? Should they come to the gym and look for tickets? What's the best way for someone to get a ticket, and when can they actually get a ticket?
I actually just found out today that the tickets will more than likely be on sale and ready by next Monday. As far as like ticket sales and everything, I know they're going to have a website to where you can purchase your ticket online, and at the same time, I think me and my team will actually be able to bring you tickets. As far as like, if you want to meet me, take a picture with me while you posing with your ticket or whatever the case might be, like we did with the last couple fights. Like, between me and my team, we pretty much could be able to get tickets to you. You to stop by the gym. I'm pretty sure we'll have tickets up here where you to get some at.
Does that help you out individually behind the scenes if we purchase our ticket directly from the camp?
With this being in my hometown, no, not. I'm pretty much not gonna worry about ticket sales, because I don't they'll sell themselves.
Right.
As long as my fans and supporters come out, like, the ticket sales will go up no matter what, which I'm pretty sure they will, because I have a good following in my hometown. My home city actually rock with me, so pretty sure no matter where the tickets will be at, they'll find a way to get to them, even if I got to go buy them and drop them off and get my money back from the fans.
Hey, before we get into this last segment, trying to stay around an hour on this one, I just wanted, for anybody in the city, man, I just wanted to send a shout out. We're right here, what'd you say, East 5th Street?
Yes, sir, East 5th Street, right across the street from Stivers High School, the old Baumberger Teen Center. Now it's currently the Turkish Community Center.
Okay. No, I just was gonna say for anybody interested in, I do my craft beer show